Good evening. There we go. I'm Christopher Davis. I work at Piedmont Middle School. I teach language arts there. And I had the unique pleasure this year of teaching an intervention class at Piedmont. And I started with the program at the ground floor. We started with the adoption process. We chose the book, and I was the biggest cheerleader, I think, for this particular text, because I thought it would be the most appropriate for the students at Piedmont and throughout the district. I brought a few students with me tonight. I invited my whole class, but I could go through a long, long list of sad and tragic things that are happening in some of these families right now. So I hope our thoughts and prayers are with them tonight. I'll just tell you briefly that 4 students who have parents that are suffering from cancer, several others with some homelessness problems and other issues that are preventing them from being here. And I've gotten at least 10 emails from parents who said to give my regards to the board. So regards extended from those 10 families. I wanted to start by just reading a quote, because this is very appropriate for the tone that we set in our class this year. And Bill Clinton said this, and he said about fear, that people fear failure, inadequacy, rejection, a recurrence of past hurts for themselves or loved ones, and the unknown. No one is immune to some or all of these fears, and that's why real living takes courage to grow, to act, to change, and get up and try again and again. And when I put this on the board, one day in our stretch break, because we have about a 15-minute break between the class sessions, because this is a 2-hour core class, and we talked about this, and we talked about how this applies to our lives. And we talked about what we're afraid of. And I think a lot of the students in this particular class initially were afraid of success. They hadn't seen a lot of patterns of successes in some of their families or in their peer groups and in the past. So they were afraid to just do the work in a class that wasn't a 2-hour core class. And I think that I've convinced them with the philosophy that if you're scared of it, you've already failed before you started, because you won't ever attempt it. And so they all made the best attempt at doing their best this semester in my class. And I wanted to introduce several of the students and their parents and bring them up. And we would like to present a gift to the board. So Gabriel Herrera, please, come on up. Adrian Herrera.
Good evening. My name is Adrian Lara. And how this language arts class helped me is I didn't really like how I talked. I stuttered a lot. What Mr. Davis taught me is how to speak more, and it really helped me now. I can tell my whole family that I can speak better by what Mr. Davis taught me. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Gabriel Herrera, and I would like to thank Mr. Davis for helping me this year, because last year it was kind of difficult for me to do essays, to write, to volunteer for class activities, and now I am all for it, and I like to do it. And this program helped me a lot this year. And that's it.
Hi, I'm Lisette Rosales. Sorry. This program has helped me a lot improve my reading and writing skills, and I really enjoyed it, and it's good for other students with problems or something, like who are reading and writing. I would like to thank Mr. Davis because he helped me a lot, and so with this this language exclamation thing program because it's really good and it helps lots of kids. So,
I'm Adrian's mother, Lisa. I just noticed he's had a hard time since 2nd grade, but we worked through those issues, and I've noticed just in 7th grade with this class that he's been able to overcome a lot of stuff. It's nice to have your child come home and say, "Mom, guess what I did in Mr. Davis's class? Oh, I knew everything." You know what I mean? So it was really nice to hear that. It's nice to have a teacher like Mr. Davis and everyone else out here that are teachers who love to teach. Because I think if your heart's not in teaching the children, then they're not going to get anywhere. They're not going to get anything out of it. So it's nice to see that he loves to teach the children. And he loves to be there for them regardless of, their obstacles. So I really thank you. I've noticed a big improvement with Adrian. He would never speak in front of anybody. So that's a big accomplishment right there. Thank you very much.
That was great. First of all, I'd like to thank you for all your work that you've done with my son. Second of all, I'd like to thank him not only for his academics and his reading abilities and his writing abilities, but as a person, he's made him better. And
During our 15-minute stretch breaks, when we were not looking at quotes and talking about how our lives have been impacted by school and our peer groups, we decided that, what the heck, we would just diagram the Gettysburg Address, because that's what we learned in this class. We learned how to diagram sentences. We learned every aspect of English grammar, reading, writing, you name it. So when I undertook this project with them and I said, there are college students out there who don't even know what half the words mean in the Gettysburg Address, let alone how to diagram it. We're just going to take it a sentence at a time. So if you could unveil that, please. Grab one in the back. I'm going to scroll that out so that the board of the audience can see what you've done. So what we've done is we've taken it and we divided it into 10 sentences. And we took some colored pencils and some markers and, well, we went down on it. And we wrote a copy of each sentence and then we diagrammed it and then we double-checked it from 3 reliable sources online. And believe it or not, the students didn't make very many mistakes. And we were able to look at things like predicate nominative, for example, and just look at, Igor, what's that? You're doing fine. Just watch out for mention. It just goes on forever. Abraham Lincoln was a very long-winded speaker. And so this is what we did 15 minutes a day between the classes for the second half of the school year. So these are our accomplishments, and we'd like to say thank you to the board. We also have a thank you letter from the children and also a picture of our class from today, because they're very happy about the accomplishment made. It is an unwielding thing, but we put it together and we thought that it would be nice if it could be displayed somewhere in the district office. Anyway, thank you very much. We appreciate it.